Introducing the all-new Zelos GT Carbon Eclipse. And right off the bat, you can tell this one's a little special. Inspired by the golden era of Grand Tourers, the GT takes design cues from the legendary Lamborghini Miura. Now, do I personally see the Miura in this watch? Not exactly, but the case is round, so I suppose that's a nod to the car's curvy design. The case is barrel-shaped with a flat top on the mid-case. And honestly, it kind of reminds me of the Batwing from Batman. Sleek, aggressive, and just a little bit tactical. And if you are wondering, why is the case black? Is it PVD coating? Is it a DLC? Well, it's even better than that. The GT Carbon Eclipse is made out of forged carbon. That's right, the entire case is made from this uncommon lightweight material. It's also seriously tough, so the watch is going to be very durable. Normally you see this type of material in extremely expensive watches, but more on that later. Thanks to the forged carbon, on the wrist, it weighs just 76 grams, including that thick leather strap. That is extremely light, and it's going to be comfortable for all-day wear. The bezel juts straight out of the mid-case with a clean bevel, and you'll also find sharp bevels on both the top and bottom of that mid-case. These details give the mid-case a sculpted look. But my favorite feature on the GT is easily the crystal. This sapphire is Zelos' best yet. It's a boxed shape that adds vintage charm, but what really stood out to me was the anti-reflective coating. It is noticeably better than what Zelos has used in the past. I picked up on it right away. Super crisp and clear. Well done, Zelos. Now let's do those dimensions. I got 41 millimeters in diameter and a secret measurement of 34 even. We got a thickness of 12.5, but that is including that tall sapphire crystal. And we got no drilled lugs and a lug to lug of 45 millimeters. So even though we have a short lug to lug, the case is pretty much flat. And because of that, because of the flat nature, I'm going to say it wears true to size. But don't just take my word for it. Check out the wrist shots throughout this video and judge for yourself. Now let's talk about the solar eclipse dial, because honestly, that's the perfect name for it. This mirror polished black dial is framed by a gold chapter ring, and that looks like the sun outlining the moon during a solar eclipse. It's a subtle but welcome detail. And the dial overall is fantastic to look at. We've got a gold Zelos logo under the 12 and a gold capped seconds hand that's shaped like a speedometer needle. No counterbalance here. And right above the 6 o'clock marker, you'll see the GT printed in white. There's also a clean date window at the 3 o'clock, but the coolest feature, well, that has to be the fuel gauge style power reserve at the 9 o'clock. It's marked with an F to resemble full and E for empty, just like your car. And in the middle, there's a discreet 20 to help give you an idea of how much hours you have remaining. It's clever, fun, and it fits the automotive theme perfectly. Now, if you read the title of the video, you're probably wondering, what is the butt I'm talking about? Well, it's the handset. They are a dark gray, high polished, and skeletonized design. While they may look cool, the legibility just isn't there. If I had to score them for their at-a-glance readability, I would give them a 3 out of 10. Now, if you're screaming at the screen, I get it. The hands were meant to blend into the Eclipse dial for that visual cohesion. And sure, that works aesthetically, but personally, I will always prefer function over form when it comes to something as critical as the hands. And in general, I'm just not a fan of skeletonized hands. Now let's zoom out. The strap is 20 millimeters and it tapers down to 18. The yellow stitching just pops and loosely resembles either the Lambo's leather seats or that slotted engine cover on the back window. The strap is comfortable, genuine leather, and it's got quick release spring bars with a large signed Zelos buckle. Now the crown is signed with the Zelos logo, and yes, it is a screw down crown. The crown helps give this GT a comfortable 100 meters of water resistance. Okay, what about the lume? It's Swiss Superluminova BGW9, so well done there. And there's even lume on the power reserve. Pretty cool, but you can tell it's going to fade pretty much instantly. Okay, so what's powering the GT? A V12 that sounds beautiful? No, a Miyota 9133. It was the perfect choice. It's basically a Miyota 9015 with a power reserve. It's a reliable thin movement, and it's got a smooth, sweeping 28.8 VPH hackhand wind with 42 hours of power reserve. So this colorway is definitely not my favorite because I do value legibility, but Zelos has come out with a variety of different colors for this new release, each inspired by iconic automotive liveries and paint jobs. The Heritage colorway with its fully lume dial is a nod to the famous Gulf racing livery and is my favorite version. The Zelos Carbon Eclipse launches at a special price $449 USD. And yes, it's a beautiful fusion of automotive inspiration and horological craftsmanship. But I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section, and guys, while you're down there, make sure to hit that like button. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one.